What do you get when you have a regular that is on his fourth build with you? You probably already know who we're talking about. And when he reaches out, he says, hey, I want to do this shape, but I want to do something really, really unique, something that's never been seen before. What you got for me? What you got that's real, real nice? And you go to your lumber guy and you find a real, real nice cut of wood, and it's named after or it has a name that reminds you of a particular meme from the late 2010s where there's a guy just kind of yelling in the middle of a mountain range. Ladies and gentlemen, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, welcome back to Mad Lad Instruments. Will is back. Will, the Mad Lad amongst Mad Lads. Wild Will. We'll have to give him a proper nickname here. Back for build number 4. I am so thankful for people like Will who continue to support. Will, if you're watching, thank you so much. Genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, all shenanigans aside. Regulars really help small businesses, especially when you're at the stage that I'm at, to have consistent business from people and repeat business from people. Really helps when you're also taking on new clients as well. It helps to just continue to churn that flywheel. And it's good to know that you've created work that has garnered people wanting to do repeat business with you. So it makes me feel a little bit good too. But anyway, Will is back. Will said, hey, I see you got that really slick J bass now that's got a double P configuration. I'm going to need me some of that, but I want to do something exotic. What you got for me? And we went back and forth, and we found a species of wood that I'm about to show you here in just a second. And it's going to be me personally showing it to you, because normally this is when I would hand it off to Bench Drew from Intro Drew to Bench Drew. But Bench Drew is currently scuba diving and making friends with sharks in the Bahamas, because that's a thing that he does. He wants to make friends with sharks. So you got me. I'm going to transition over and be the one actually on the bench today until Intro Drew gets back, and maybe hopefully he doesn't bring along any sharky friends. Actually, sharks are pretty cool. Sharks are really friendly. Just as long as you don't mess with them, they don't mess with you. So fun fact. Anyway, we're going to kick it over and we're going to take a look at the bench, and we're going to look at the wood that we're going to be using today. So let's transition. Alrighty, we have our 2 pieces, actually 5 pieces glowing up. So here's the top. Here's the bottom. Worked out real nice. Loving how you kind of see there's a little bit of overlap with the grain lines and stuff like that. Especially like how this kind of rounded section matched up with this one. So looking real cool. Also, it's raining in the background, so I'm thankful for everything cooling off. But also, if you have a little bit of ASMR in the background, that would be wise. So we're going to be getting to glue up. And as you guys know, in the past, if you watch my other sort of glue up videos or 2-piece glue up videos, I should say, then I use a combination. So I will use basically slather everything on the back here in glue. I will use brad nails around the corners just to kind of secure everything. I'll clamp some of the stuff, and then I will use a a ratchet strap to basically wrap around and get everything kind of consistent and making sure there's even pressure throughout. However, we've been on a little bit of a journey with that particular ratchet strap, who we're lovingly calling Yapapai Indian Punishment Strap number 1.
Give me Yapapai Indian Punishment Strap number 1!
After the great Hulk Hogan. So we'll have that to contend with. Also, there's a little bit of a curve in this bottom particular body. However, when I clamped it, the 2 pieces kind of contoured to one another, so I'm just going to clamp down the corners, and that should be fine. So I have some new ideas. I have some new tech as it pertains to YIPSNO, YIPSNO, shorthand for Yapapai Indian Punishment Strap number 1. So we got a new strap for YIPSNO. Let's see if it works out, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to time lapse getting the brad nails and everything down, getting this kind of glue up, and we'll see if we can't make the Yapapai Indian Punishment Strap work. So see you in a sec. Alright, got everything mounted up, got everything glued up. As you can see, I drew my center line per usual, so 3 pieces on the bottom, 2 pieces on the top. Just follow the line from the 2-piece seam and use it as your center line. And I got everything aligned. I kind of looked at the grain pattern and figured out where the most real estate would be and like what parts are going to show the most. So I got it oriented. Looks like our chevrons are going to be pointing that way. Now, as far as like feeds and speeds go, Shedua is... Wait, I didn't do the bit. Shedu is about 1,320 pound-feet for Janko hardness, and ash is about 1,330. So I'm just going to treat this the same as I would a piece of ash. Although this is a lot more dense. It feels a lot more heavy than ash. Well, now that I'm thinking about it, I compare it. I think they're pretty comparable, so the science checks out. Anyway, we're going to get this going. Got the CNC loaded up. I went ahead and re-lubed some of the axes just to make sure that everybody is sitting pretty, moving pretty, because this is a very expensive piece of wood, relatively speaking, and want to make sure that we don't have any crash outs due to motion failures. So yeah, let me see if I can get you guys some time lapse and we'll kick it off. All right, y'all, I got a word for today. This will be our shop solo for today. And I don't want to sound ungrateful. I promise I don't mean for this to sound ungrateful, but I talk a lot about how I'm blessed to do this and blessed to get to work with all these incredible cuts of wood, and God truly has made some beautiful, beautiful cuts of wood that have come across my bench, and getting to work with them is truly the privilege of a lifetime, and it's a blessing. And I'm blessed to say that I've sanded now hundreds of guitar bodies and shipped off hundreds of guitar bodies, and I really don't know where all of them went or where the time went. But when you get to be at that volume, I mean, every body is a blessing, and every order is a blessing, every client is a blessing, but sometimes you start to see a lot of the same things, and they're beautiful in their own ways, but that threshold for that kind of body or material that like takes your breath away, it's like, man, this is the most beautiful thing I've seen in a long, long while. That kind of goes up. Well, today, that bar got pushed even further because we're only halfway done. And this is easily one of the most beautiful bodies that I've ever seen. Curly Shedua, everybody. And I'm not even going to do the bit because I'm just awestruck that this was made by God, and I get to work with it in a little bit, and it's going to be going off to Will, who's been a great, great client and a true blessing. So blessings going out to blessings. I'm so stoked to see how the rest of this machine's out, and this is going to take oil like a champ, and I just know that it's going to pop. But that's my word. Remember to be always mindful of your blessings, because when you frame things in terms of blessings and how things are a blessing, you start to realize that a lot more things than you originally realized are blessings in your life, and you are less likely to take for granted. But don't be surprised when every once in a while something comes along that really takes your breath away, and it's just kind of a reminder that God's there and he's looking out for you. And God made beautiful things like this, and God made you beautifully. And so remember that you can be the blessing in somebody else's life too. You can be the beauty in somebody else's life too. The thing that takes somebody's breath away. So I hope you remember that. And we'll go ahead and get this flipped before I get a little too sentimental. And I will see you guys once we get the back carved out.
Nani?
All right. Easily one of my favorite parts of my job is 3 o'clock on a Friday. The kids are out playing in the cul-de-sac. It's the last day of school. It's sunny. The birds are chirping. Really a beautiful setting to put down some oil on a beautiful piece of wood. So Danish oil, y'all know the deal. I'll let the wood do the talking from here on out. Make sure I am indeed recording. Okay, cool. I would speak, but I have no words, and I was right from my statement from earlier. This is officially the most beautiful piece of wood that I have ever worked with. It's going to be hard to top it too. Alrighty, that's going to be a wrap for this one, and another gorgeous body leaving the shop in a box. Hopefully that doesn't get clipped out of context. I'm giving y'all free content farming at this point. But yeah, I'm very, very thankful for regular clients that allow me to work on really, really cool pieces of wood like this one, and more ambitious projects that kind of shake up the normal ash and black limba bodies that I'm used to producing. And very blessed for that, and very blessed for you and all the new people that are coming through. We've had a huge uptick in new subscribers, so welcome in. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. It means the world. Time is one of the only things that we can't get back. You can always make more money, you can always build more guitars, but you can't get time back. And so even though it seems insignificant in the grand scheme of things, I just appreciate you taking a little bit of time out of your day to come and hang out with me. And I don't want to take that for granted because, like I said, we don't get time back. And thankful for all of you that have been purchasing bodies. It is officially, I say it every single video, but this is the busiest that I've ever been. I think we're at the end of July now. June was a record month, and July was keeping pace with it. So glad to say I'm getting my bearings again, but we're about to hit August, and typically at the start of the month is when a lot of things ramp up. So we'll see. I think I used to pray for days like this. People say that a lot. I prayed for this view, or I prayed for days like this, but what an honor and what a blessing it is to be challenged by the thing that you pray for. And I'm very cognizant of the fact that there are small business owners that are dreaming and praying of where I am right now, and so I don't want to take that for granted, and I certainly don't want to take you for granted. So thank you. I say it a lot in every video. I hope I don't sound like a broken record, but just a moment of thanks. And we'll wrap up today's video in the normal way, and that is by me saying, always remember, friends, that you are wanted, you are loved, and you are appreciated. You have a special talent that nobody else has, and the world is waiting on you to bring it out. So muster a little courage, go out into the world, and change it. That's what the world's waiting on. You. Till next time, friends. Be good to one another, and we'll see you in the next one.